Hi guys, it's Al, the Spiritual Atheist, back once again. The Buddha one time told a story to illustrate, I guess, interdependence or compassion. The story is that there were two parents and an infant stranded in the middle of an almost endless desert. And they also have somehow the knowledge that they don't have enough food with them for the three of them to get out. In fact, the only way that they can get out is to kill their infant and use it as a source of food, which is what they do. They would have, cook part of the infant, eat that, then travel for another day and make another meal and carry the corpse with them as they devoured it. And at the end of the story, the Buddha asked his disciples, so tell me, do you think the parents enjoyed their meals? And the disciples, of course, were horrified and said, no, of course not. That's horrible. And the Buddha said, well, so it is with all of us, that every living being that you see has been your child or your mother. You have this relationship with them. And that's the moral that the Buddha put on the story. But I think there's another moral there that is not covered in the sutras, and that is that the first rule, the first precept, Buddhism is do not kill. And yet, here we are. The Buddha has no problem killing and chose to use this as an example, infanticide. I mean, the most outrageous of form of killing, right? I mean, to kill your own child. And he apparently finds no problem with it, that it is a negotiation, so to speak, that, yeah, we're not supposed to kill, but if we don't, all three of us die anyway. And so at least this way, two of us survive. And as I say, he had no problem with that. I think I don't either, really. That morality, when it comes to necessities, is basically a negotiation. There's just no way around it. I mean, you're not negotiating with someone, but it's a self-negotiation, if you want. When it comes to necessities, that we can't be pure. We have to maintain a certain amount of personal hygiene in our lives. And failure to do that results in our death. But the fact that we do it counts, thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions of microbes are killed every time we wash our hands or brush our teeth. So, and we have no problem killing when necessary. We believe in self-defense. We even kill each other. And when it's necessary, I too have no problem. If someone can show me the necessity for capital punishment, I would be in favor of it. So far, I've failed to see the necessity. And I really strongly believe that all of the killing that we do should be in the realm of necessary, not luxury. And that's where the problem comes from. Now, from my last video, I got a number of comments commenting, well, the cartels are bad, but so is Monsanto, and so is, the corporations, and and that's all true. But when it comes to necessities, we have to negotiate. Now, the problem with luxuries, by the way, and I think this is worth noting, is that luxuries have a way of becoming necessities. Ask any cigarette smoker. I smoked for 40 years. I know that that luxury becomes a necessity until finally you just can't do it anymore. When I was a vegetarian, and I was for some 30-some years, until I had my heart attacks and I felt the need for some animal energy in me, and I started eating meat again. But when I was a vegetarian, I always sort of made a point of wearing leather shoes and leather belts, and watch with some bemusement as some really clever person would point out to me, aha, you say you're a vegetarian for all these moral reasons, and look, you're wearing shoes. Oh my God, I never thought of that. Yeah, I'm sorry, you got me. I'm a hypocrite. And in fact, that led to my what I call Al's first law of a good life, and that is life without a certain amount of hypocrisy is not worth living. Now, the operative word there is certain. And this more or less goes with the Zen saying that water that is too pure supports no fish. When it comes to necessities, moral negotiations are almost always a necessity. You need a place to eat, sleep, and shit, as the poet says. And the more simple you can make your life, the morally cleaner that it will be, because there'll be less and less necessities in your life and more luxuries, which you can there's no reason to negotiate with a luxury. So there we are. I don't think that if we disobey these rules or whatever, that we're going to be punished. As you know, I don't believe in karma. You can get away with it as far as I'm concerned. There's nobody watching above us who's going to even everything out. But the fact is that if you live your life in an immoral manner or ignoble manner, that's who you are. And that, to me, is probably enough reason to be the opposite. I strongly believe that there is in all of us a call to nobility, that we want to be noble. And I encourage you to answer that call in the positive if you hear it. And on that note, I think I will leave you for the day. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, there's one thing I wanted to add in here, and it doesn't really deal with morality. It's we were talking earlier in the past video about space, putting space between you and what you perceive so that as a method of discovering that you are not what you perceive. And this methodology is used with great frustration by many to deal with irritation. That is, they look at the space between themselves and the irritation, hoping for the irritation to go away. The fact is it doesn't, and it doesn't, well, Al said it would. Well, it doesn't work that way. Yes, it does work that way, but you're narrow-minded. You're focused in on the irritation and left out your response. That is part of the situation as well, the way you are responding. And when you get that down, you will find the method works. Okay? Be kind to yourselves. Have a good day. Sorry so much time between videos. Things were hectic here. Best to you all. Be kind to yourselves. See ya.